The idea for a women's fly fishing club was born in the fall of 1995. Clayne Baker, proprietor of the Stonefly Angler, hosted brown bag fly tying classes each week at his shop, which was inside the Benchmark. Several ladies attended these classes from week to week, including Barb Kreisel and Lisa Zentis. One day, Clayne was telling us about the very successful Woolly Buggers Kids Fishing Club he had founded and suggested that we think about starting a club for women. He volunteered his daughter Valerie to meet Barb and Lisa, and shortly thereafter we met on several occasions and brainstormed the mission and structure of the club and set out a timeline. With $500 in seed money donated by Clayne, we launched the club. Pete Zamowski from the Idaho Statesman got wind of this new club and interviewed Valerie and Barb, who were featured in a timely article appearing just about a week before our first scheduled meeting. We were surprised and overwhelmed to see 80 women attend the first meeting. We had an ambitious agenda the inaugural year. We lined up speakers for the meetings, organized workshops, fishing outings, and parties. At our first meeting, we solicited attendees to provide suggestions for a club name. Many names were offered, all of which were collected and included in the first newsletter published in February 1996. At the February meeting, we added several more names that were offered and then voted on the club name. It was a close race, but Women Fly Fishers of Idaho won out. The founders had started working on bylaws during the initial planning of the club, and with the help from some of the first members, the club drafted and accepted the original bylaws in late 1996. It was a months-long process. Since the original bylaws, there have been 2 amendments, and a complete rewrite was done in June of 2013. Early in the year, we had been in contact with Lori-Ann Murphy, who was a fly fishing guide from Driggs, Idaho, and who had become a local celebrity from coaching Meryl Streep in her role the movie The River Wild. Lori-Ann agreed to conduct a fly fishing workshop for us in March of 1996. It was a very successful workshop with about 40 women in attendance. It was a combination lecture in the BSU Student Union building and a casting session held outside on the campus grounds. We came up with a quick logo design that we could use at the expo and workshops, but the club really needed an official logo. So we turned to our club members to submit ideas for a club logo. The Royal Coachman Fly pattern, which was drawn by Clayne, ended up winning the prize as the official club logo. Joy Nickram had an existing loosely knit group of ladies who met weekly to tie flies and fish, and she graciously invited our club members to join in on the events on their calendar. Several of those ladies ended up joining WFFI. We decided participating in Earth Day the first year would be a great way to start getting our name out in the community. We set up a booth and gave free casting lessons to anyone interested. Do you recognize Walt Minnick getting some tips from Valerie? We joined together on several fishing adventures that first year, including a trip to Clear Lakes, Silver Creek, Warm Lake at the Baker Cabin, and several local outings on the Boise River. A fishing outing always meant an adventure of some nature, and many fond memories resulted from those first fishing outings, as have many of the outings over the next 19 years. A group of Idaho ladies attended the first International Festival of Women Fly Fishers held in November of 1996. What an adventure that was. We all showed up at the cocktail party in our casual Idaho attire, meaning jeans and fishing shirts, to find everyone else dressed up in cocktail attire. Who would have guessed? I don't think it ever dawned on us to wear dresses. We met so many fun and enthusiastic women and attended many very cool workshops with all the big names in fly fishing. We had our first Christmas party in December of 1996 and our first fishing-themed ornament exchange. And in January of 1997, we celebrated our first anniversary as Women Fly Fishers of Idaho. Although we hoped that in years to come, the club would continue to provide a resource for women to learn and enjoy the sport of fly fishing, We never envisioned the lasting memories and friendships that would be formed over these 20 years. The success of this club is because of the many women who embraced and enhanced the original vision. Here's to the next 20 years of Women Fly Fishers of Idaho.